I'm Generic Redstone Genius, and today we're going to be looking at a tunnel secret stairway. So that is exactly what it sounds like, a secret stairway in a tunnel. This is perfect for nether tunnels or any other type of tunnel. So the size of tunnel that this can be built in is one that is 4 blocks high and anywhere from 4 blocks wide to 2 blocks wide. So if it's 2, 3, 4 blocks wide, you can build this secret staircase. There's just a few slight modifications that need to be made. Now to actually activate it, what you need is a bow and arrow, and what you have to do is shoot a certain block. Now you can obviously change this activation method, it's just the one I chose to set up with. And what you do is you aim for the corner, and the secret stairway pops out. And then you can climb the secret stairway, and then when you want to close this thing up, you can just step on this pressure plate. You will then pick up the arrow, and the thing will close behind you. And then you can have whatever you want here, and you can keep some secret stuff, have a secret room of your choosing. Then when you want to leave, what you have to do is just quick fire an arrow, back up before you can pick it up, walk around here, and then you'll notice that this block pops up here, and this allows you to jump up, the arrow, so it all closes up nice and simple behind you. So what you'll need to build this is actually quite simple. You'll need 38 sticky pistons, a stack or 2 of redstone dust, 16 repeaters, an observer, 2 target blocks, a redstone torch, and quite a lot of building blocks, I'd say around 5 to 6 stacks. You'll also need a pressure plate if you choose to use the activation method I just showed off in the demonstration, or if you decide to use a different activation method, you will need whatever items that you need for that activation method. Now let's get into building it. So before you start building it, you need the tunnel. So the tunnel needs to be 4 blocks high, and it can be anywhere from 2 to 4 blocks wide. Now the only real difference in when you change the width of the tunnel is that the piston extenders that come out from the side are going to be single piston extenders versus double piston extenders. So that's a quite simple change that you can make. I'm just going to show the double piston extender way because that is more complicated. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to decide where do we want like the first 2 blocks to pop up. So let's say here. So this part is actually like the simplest part of the build. You just need 2 pistons like this, and we need to make double piston extenders there. So let's just clear out some area underneath like this. And here's where we'll have the double piston extenders. And the double piston extender design we're going to be using is quite simple. It is just 2 redstone repeaters set to 1 tick delay, 2 observers facing upwards on top, and blocks. And you can see if we power this, if we grab a button quickly, whatever block is here, so you can. So that works perfectly. Then we're going to just clear this area out here. So as you saw, when we press the button, it extends up and it stays there. Then when you press the button again, it retracts. Well, that is not how this one's going to work. It's just going to press the button, extend, and retract. So to ensure that that is not the case, what we need to do is add something that's like a one tick pulse generator. So we're going to place 2 bits of redstone like so, break this block, place the sticky piston, place a block on top of that block, and then simply place a repeater set to 1 tick. Then what we can do is just place some blocks up here and break this away. And we'll put 2 target blocks here, and redstone there, redstone here, and there. Now this will make it act as in like one system. So when you press this button here, you see it works, and when you press it, it acts. So that's basically the first part done. So now what we also need to do is create the part where the block sticks up here so you can grab the arrow. If you're not doing this activation method, you can ignore this step, but what we're going to do is just break 3 blocks in like this. Then we're going to place a redstone repeater here. We're going to place the block back here. We're going to place a stick piston facing up. And then we're going to place a redstone torch. A target block. So I find the easiest way to do the side wirings is you kind of want to like punch a hole in the wall where it needs to go. So we know this block's going to go up to here, and this one's going to go up to here. So those 2 side wirings need to go like that, and then the same thing on the other side like that. Now that we know where it is, we can just quickly place our 2 pistons like so. And then our 2 pistons like so. Now the wiring's not too complicated. So what we first need is to place down the wiring like this, and then it is simple thing 2, 4, and 0. So this should work if we press the button, and we can place that block back in. We already did that. So that one works, and now we just need to do the same thing on this piston. However, we're going to wire it slightly differently. So this one, again, the back piston is 2, next one is 4, and we're going to do redstone, redstone, and we're going to have to wire it into that block there, like so. And then if we place the block back in and test it, now we just have to do the same thing that we did here on the other side. Okay, so now we're actually going to wire up what we have. As we now have both sides done, we're going to wire up both sides and the underneath part. So first things first, we need to place a pressure plate there. Then we need to connect up this to this, which is quite simple. It's just some redstone. Now we're going to need a repeater here, and this repeater is just for signal lengths, and then we'll place the block up here. Redstone, redstone, redstone all across. And then somewhere here, we're going to also need another repeater. So the way I would probably do it is just by repeater here. Sorry, I didn't mean to break the block. Repeater here, block up here, and then redstone. And then we can do redstone down like so. And then we also just have to connect this part together, obviously, which is simple. Block, 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 block. Redstone, redstone, redstone. Nice and easy. So to wire up the bottom part, I already dug away some of the space, but we're also going to need to dig away this part here. So we'll do a redstone, redstone. Then what we're going to need to do is put an observer into it like this. Actually, no, we'll do it here. We'll do the observer here, actually. Block, redstone repeater set to 4 ticks, block there, and then we'll connect the redstone like so. So if you need a quick view of that, it's just redstone from here all the way down into the observer, and then into a 4 tick repeater, block, and then the redstone. Now we can basically test this whole part. So let's cover this up. And the block we need to hit is the second one away, so this one. So I will quickly take a bow. So as you can see, the whole part works perfectly. But now what we need to do is basically just get the top part to work. So to make the top blocks get pulled out of the way, it's probably the weirdest bit of redstone in this entire thing. But we just need these blocks out of the way so that you can walk up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place blocks here just for ease of, to make it easier to place, I guess, but you don't really, like, we can break them after. It's not there. And remember what we're going to do is we're going to place in our sticky pistons here. Oops, don't break that block, my fault. We'll just break these blocks just because they're not necessary. If you're doing it in survival, you can like get those blocks back and use them elsewhere. Then what we're going to do is place sticky pistons here. And then we're going to place in the tunnel blocks here. So that's all like the pistons in place basically. Now we need to wire it up. So first we're going to get redstone along like this. And what this is going to do is just power all these sideways pistons. So I can just show you that quickly. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place blocks on top of here. And this is going to power the pistons once they hit the middle. But the issue is that these ones need to be powered first, and then these ones do, which is kind of weird with the way our wiring is currently set up. So now what we're going to do to finish wiring it up is quite simple. We're going to place a target block here, and we're going to place a redstone torch on top of it. You can obviously extend this out one more to cover up that. But then what we'll do is we'll place a block on top of it, like so. And then we'll have to place a block up like this and like this. Now we're just going to actually temporarily break the torch. And what I'll do is I'll wire that up. But now we need to connect it to this, but at the delay. So what we're going to do is build this across like so. Redstone, redstone, redstone. More redstone. And to get this back to here, what we're going to do is we're going to place a block directly under this. And then we'll place a repeater set to 2 tick delay. Now we place our redstone torch. And it shuts down. And it's almost done right now. So all we need to do is shoot the bow and arrow at the block. And we'll see the thing open. And it'll close when we step off it. And we can just shoot the arrow. And now it's just occurred to me that I made a mistake. So we will. So it totally slipped my mind here that this is also a 1-tick pulse generator. So just replace that with stick twist and place the target block back. And now it's completely finished, except for one final thing. Unnecessary. But if you want to, you can just like build a little area like up like this, just to make it look better. And you can like build a proper tunnel. And then you can also just like build a little area around here so you can drop in. But other than that, it's completely done. You see that this works now, so we can check it out. But that's pretty much it for this video. I've been Generic Redstone GS. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you decide to build it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.